Know Me Yet Podcast Network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tinesha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I got my girl Tinesha the Diva Mahomes here with me, and we got special guest Coach Tyler Marsh, assistant coach of the Las Vegas Aces. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're doing great,
Awesome.
great.
Thanks
Well, you
for
always
having
come
me.
in here smiling.
Yeah,
I love
love
it.
to see
He
us
come in,
smile.
he don't he come in smiling all the time for no
We
reason.
got a lot to smile about in Vegas.
That's right. I waited.
Yep.
I know. I know.
One thing we kind of smiling about, but we're not smiling about. We're gonna jump right in. Let's talk about Candace Parker.
Yeah. I mean, she gave us a lot to smile about for 2 decades, right? She everything that she's brought to the game, I think transcends beyond just what shows up on a scoreboard. It transcends any type of just on-court accolades. What she's done is she's been able to inspire generations of young athletes, not just in basketball, but young women athletes, young male athletes. Like she has set a standard that's going to be hard to match moving forward. But I know in the eyes of a lot, she's considered, the greatest of all time, and we certainly view her as such around here. And so she will be missed for sure. But we enjoyed her time while she was here, and I know it didn't end the way that she would have hoped or that we would have hoped, but she was still a big part of our championship run this past year. And so, even when she wasn't on the court, she was there on the sidelines and giving us our words of encouraging us through words of wisdom and, everything that she's experienced over her career. And so she made us better coaches. And I'm sure if you asked the locker room, she made them better players as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What she's done for the game has been amazing. And I just watching the games last year, the playoffs and everything, and just see it. You can see it in her face. She wanted to get out there. She could run out there. She can get out there. And I know we were talking a little bit before we started the show. I know you want to at least one more year with her.
Definitely. You hate, for it to end the way that it did. And you always hope that especially someone who's given so much to the game that is able to go out, on her own terms. And I think that in a lot of ways she did that, but that there's a part of her that wishes she could have made one more run with us as well. And we certainly share those same sentiments, but we love her. We're forever grateful for what she's done for the Aces and what she's done for the league for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's the key, like her statement that she made, when I can't do it or, whatever, I'm paraphrasing, but that's how you want to do it when it can't be 100%. And that. So it's hard. It's got to be hard to step away.
Definitely. She talked a lot about not, I think her words were not wanting to cheat the game. And I think that, anyone that's been around her for any length of time knows that that's what she's about, and that if she can't give 100% to the game, then in her mind, then it's time to go. And so, but again, she's given so much, and now it's time for everyone else to kind of give back to her and give her flowers for everything.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
and we can smile about that. So there's something to smile about, because anytime you look at a highlight or her, even now with her, I love watching her clown. Those clowns. The TNT clowns. Yeah, she gets them all the time. So love watching that. No, she's not gonna. She's not going away. So that's a good thing. That's the blessing. So good for her. Yep. So we got some good news too.
Yep.
Chelsea.
Yep. Chelsea will be back.
2
more years. Yep. 2 years extension. And so obviously she's the big part of the engine that keeps us running. She's coach's eyes out there on the court. She's a vocal leader in the locker room and on the sidelines. And so this thing doesn't run as well as it seems like without Chelsea. And so we're glad to have her back, definitely.
And I gotta say, for me, it's watching her in college, and then I know she went overseas, and I don't know how much of she had to sit out a lot. We all know that. And to see where she is now, to me, is just so amazing. It's just really amazing. Of course, he
Yeah.
wants to bark. Go ahead, Tanisha.
Oh no. I just your dog decided to jump up in here. He's excited. But no. I mean, when I see her play, I mean, I know you guys are absolutely, excited to have her back. When I saw that y'all got her for 2 more years, I thought, yeah, that's a great place to be in. The WNBA roster, spots are so limited, and to be able to make sure that you have that caliber player in the
Yeah.
position that you guys are to basically go back there and have another championship. I thought to myself, I said, when I saw that, that's the first thing I did. I was like, girl, Linda, look. Like I was like, Linda, look. I said, you
Yeah.
see this? And I said, she was like, what? What? And I was like, man, look, they done pull this off. They a problem again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Again. Yeah.
Definitely.
So
I think it speaks to not just how much we wanted her back, but I think it also speaks to how much trust she has in what we're doing as a organization, and
absolutely.
because I think that anytime you have not just personalities, but anytime you have superstars like herself and like Plum, like Jackie Young, like
Hmm.
Asia, there's a level of sacrifice that has to come with that, and so
yeah,
to have four dynamic players like that on one roster. It's going to be nights where you don't eat and other people will. And so we're lucky to have someone like Chelsea who makes sure that everyone else gets theirs and then she can get hers too. And so I think that speaks to the level of selflessness that we try to embody and try to carry out here as an organization.
yeah. And
Oh
that
yeah.
that definitely is a testament to the coaching, because I've watched games and whoever's hot, whoever that's who everybody's going to. It's not, you never see on that team. I've never seen it with you guys playing. I
Hmm.
got to get mine.
Yeah.
It's like we got to get ours.
Yeah, they check
Yes.
their egos at the door, it seems like.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You used the exact phrase that on day one, our very first day 2 years ago, that was part of Becky's first speech to the team is check your egos at the door, and she talked about how it starts with her because there's probably not a bigger name in this organization than Becky Hammonds, and so
Exactly.
I think that she set the tone in terms of what the message was going to be for us and what kind of our identity was going to be moving forward. And it's a credit to our players for carrying that out. I think it starts with coach and it goes to Asia and then it kind of trickles
Hmm.
down to the rest of the team as well.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love
Absolutely.
it. And I when I say I grew up, I'm much older, but I started out. I was a little torn last year, but I'm an Aces fan. I grew up Liberty because when you started, I'm from New York, so your team. So
Sure.
I thought that was a great matchup. I thought
Hmm.
that was a great matchup, but I knew I told Tanisha in my heart. I said yeah. It was a few underlying things that were going on there. That said the
Yeah.
Aces ain't giving that up. So,
Yeah. It,
You
fun to watch though. Fun to
you
yeah.
watch.
know, what I when I think of your team and I just think of how many, amazing players y'all have. Please, y'all can get me if I'm going wrong, but I think of like when Westbrook, Harden, and Durant were all on the same team, and you
Hmm.
think about all three of those players going on to be just crazy, but together
Hmm.
they couldn't pull it off. And
Hmm.
like I said, because everybody was kind of, no offense, but going for theirs at one point in time, and then when they all
Sure.
blew up, like I said, think about the amount what you guys have and the fact that they can all say, you know what, let's get these championships real quick,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
let's get
I
the
think
championships.
it's I think you can kind of relate it a little bit to what Golden State kind of built with
Exactly.
with Steph and Draymond and Clay and
And Clay.
having that core there and having the young pieces to kind of set the foundation in place and then um with Mark Jackson at the start and then Steve Kerr comes in and kind of
Hmm.
is able to take them to another level, and I think that it's a similar situation to here. I think Coach Lambier had the vision of what he felt the Aces could be, and started that process with drafting Asia and with drafting Kelsey and with
Hmm.
drafting Jackie,
Yeah.
um, and then moving forward to to Coach Hammond coming in here and taking over and kind of getting another level out of those superstars. And so yeah, we're hoping that it continues to be a foundation. I think it's amazing that you have um, you know Asia and Jackie and Kelsey like still in their prime years. Jackie, I don't think has even reached her prime yet.
Yeah.
Uh, And so yeah, we're in a good place. And like you mentioned with earlier with Chelsea, everything is kind of the catalyst. She's kind of that thing that keeps everyone together. So
Absolutely.
And you said Jackie, and I'm a big fan of Jackie Young. I don't think it's about props. I don't even know if she cares. She goes out and she plays, but I think she's like such a key to this team.
yeah,
Hmm.
And you could say, but she goes out. The things that she does is some intangibles and that
hmm
people don't see, and that's not taken away from anybody on the team because everybody contributes. But I just like I know you work out a lot with her, and
hmm
just seeing her growth. And like you said, I don't even think she's there yet, and
yeah,
she's getting it done.
yeah. I
Hmm.
think I think her offensive improvements has been the thing that kind of jumps off the screen at first glance in terms of her shooting and how that's kind of improved.
Mhm.
Yes.
But to your point though, in terms of the intangibles and how important she is to our team, is she takes the toughest defensive assignment every night
Every
too,
night.
and
Hmm.
so. I think that's a part that can get lost because we score so many points as a team, but and there's a credit that should be given to her there too because she has made um, a
Strides.
large amount of improvements in that area, but it's not easy to guard Jewel Lloyd one night and Enrique the next night and Sabrina the next night. It's never a night off from a defensive standpoint, and she welcomes that challenge each night, and that's a huge part to what we do as a team as well.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love it. I love it. Go ahead, Tanisha.
oh, no, no, no. I was just saying that's that Virgo spirit. Us Virgos. You know, that's how we do it. We do not quit like Energizer bunnies. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
Yep.
she goes out there every night. I mean, that's just everything. Like I said, a lot. If you read anything, they contribute a lot of what her offensive
hmm
abilities are from you.
Yeah,
Working with her and bringing her on, and just increasing the percentages and what she's making. And like you said, look how she's nowhere near where she's gonna be.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
right,
Yep. Yep.
right.
For sure.
absolutely,
So I want to talk
absolutely.
about some of these because y'all were looking like I don't know what do they call them kids in the candy store. I don't know what it was. Y'all just cheesing at the end of that draft, just snatching
Yep.
folks left and right. I said, my goodness.
Like a
Yep.
big kid with cake. I'm telling you, they were just smiling when I was
We
like,
were.
"Ooh, yeah,
Yeah. I don't think.
absolutely."
Yeah, I don't think the draft could have played out any better for us. And
Ooh,
obviously, just like most teams in the W, there's only a limited amount of spots that you have available
Hmm.
for young players to make. But at the same time, you want to have your camp as competitive as possible and give each of your draft picks an opportunity to compete for a spot. And so, you never know how that'll shake out. But for where we picked and who we got, I mean, you get the third all-time leading scorer in NCAA history as at
right,
the number 16 pick in the draft.
right.
I don't think you can get much
Yeah.
better than that. And you get another Kate Martin at 18, who was kind of a glue player for Iowa,
Well,
and
yes, definitely.
in back-to-back deep NCAA tournament runs, and then we get Liz Kithley, who is probably a top 5 pick if she never gets hurt.
Right.
Um, we get her at the end of the second round, and then Angel Jackson, who another conference champion at Jackson State, with the last pick in the draft. And so we made out great. We were super excited, and
Y'all made out like bandits.
yeah,
Talking about.
certainly,
Don't
certainly.
be shy. Don't be
No, but we
shy,
were
buddy.
we were super excited for those four ladies, and being able to draft them to us, and then to have them here in camp has been great over these last few days. So yeah, we were super excited for that.
Yeah, let's
That,
talk about camp because
that's
I know
that's what I
they're
was
in
about.
that. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it's so.
I gotta know.
Yeah, some of it is heartbreaking. It's got to be heartbreaking for y'all too as coaches because the other limits,
Yeah,
and I know the league is expanding, so that's good because there are players that hopefully, down the road they'll get that opportunity. There's some players that have been around for a while
sure.
that are not going to make it. So
Yep.
Hmm.
that process, I mean, the emotion, I know the professionalism is there, but the emotions and I'm not asking you to reveal anything that y'all are thinking about, but just
Sure.
that process.
Yeah, I think it's not anything that any of the other 11 teams aren't going through either. I think
Right.
we all wish that we could keep more than we're able to. We wish that there was maybe a couple more developmental spots like the NBA has at times, that we can kind of keep and develop, under our own roof. But yeah, it's certainly disappointing sometimes that some great players are going to have to be cut ultimately, and hopefully have another chance down the line. But I think that when you go through that process, no matter what your team is looking like, you try to find not just the best talents, but you try to find who are the best fits for what your team does and how your team plays and what your team embodies on and off the court. And so, trying to find that fit, especially for a team that's already kind of built to go like we
Mm-hmm.
are. I think it's a matter of just finding who can kind of seamlessly fit that piece for what we value and what makes us us. And so that's been that's the fun part, but it's also the hard part too, because you only have a week and a half to to make those
And that's
decisions.
crazy, the timing,
You,
because
Mhm.
we kicking off in another week or so.
Yeah, there'll be preseason games this
Next,
weekend for some
right,
teams.
right.
yeah.
And so, yeah, first regular season game is May 14th. So,
14. So
mhm,
that's
You know,
that's no time. I
you
mean,
right.
yeah.
you know what? I really, and like you said, there's just decisions that have to be made. But I think it really stung me differently when I watched Nikki Mule, talking and they had this little clip where she was thanking her coach. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And somebody that's done so much for that, her to know going in there, she's like, I don't know, if I make it, if I,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, walking in knowing what
Yep.
you've accomplished and
Yep.
knowing, hey, it's only so many spots.
Yep.
And I I may or may not be coming right back, but I just want to thank you for what you've done. And
Yep.
just watching her coach say, get out of here and adjust, and you're gonna be okay and stuff. When I
Yeah.
seen that, I was like, man, this is serious, because you know the NBA is so big, but it's just so you're so limited with those roster spots. And there's some
Yeah.
really great players that are gonna have to go somewhere else and work on their game to finally
Yep.
get up to where you guys are. And I just think that is that just shows a lot, and the dedication and everything. So I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but I mean that really did kind of sting me differently, because I was like, dog, because when the draft was going on, Linda and I, we were trying to predict the drafts. Let me
Sure.
just tell you, we did an awful job. We were not good at it at all.
Sure.
But we
No,
had we
yeah, we
knew
had
who
two
we wanted. We
players.
just
I think two players that threw us off because we didn't know about
yeah
them. I didn't know about the players from France.
yeah
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
so those two
Yeah.
players threw me off. I think everywhere else we were
we were pretty
okay.
yeah we were pretty
Yeah,
good.
but
But we
Yeah.
nobody knew y'all were gonna get what y'all were getting at the end.
No, no,
Definitely.
no. If
Yeah.
they did, I'd have
Sure.
went to Vegas and put a little change down. I'd have, I'd have went, I would have went and tried to make me a little extra coin. But
Right.
no, but that's just like I said, like you said, it couldn't have worked. I don't feel like it could have worked out any better for you guys.
Yeah. No. Definitely. We're excited, and it's to your point. This is the hardest league to make it in. I mean, it's you got
Absolutely.
all time great college players who just will be a casualty of numbers, and
Hmm.
Right.
hopefully down the line that'll change with expansion, and hopefully at some point maybe roster expansion happens as well, so we can carry more than 12 on a roster. But um, yeah, so we certainly hope that at some point those that deserve opportunities get those opportunities for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
that's one of the things too. So just overall, you guys drafted great, but looking at the draft, I call the draft stock. What was out
Hmm.
there was I don't know that I've seen that. Like
Hmm.
it was like there's so many, each team needs what they need, but just seeing the players that were
Yeah,
available out there, some great talent. And like you
yeah,
said,
Hmm.
to see that some of them won't make it or some that we've been watching won't be there.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. And I think that there's always a couple also that may get let go throughout training camp that may be better fits on other teams. So could be some teams that are just waiting to see what happens and who ends up falling short of that 12-man roster for somebody else, and they may work in great for their team. And so this isn't necessarily the end of the road
Right.
if a player doesn't land on one of those final roster spots with the team that they were drafted at or signed to in training camp. But again, with someone may not be as valuable for one team, maybe more to the other. So hopefully that's a little bit more encouraging for some players as well.
Right. We've seen
Absolutely.
that happen. So y'all got, we're gonna come back to the NBA, but I'm gonna get you on a few personal
Sure.
areas there. This wrestling. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm always down to talk wrestling. What you want to know? What you want to know? You want to see my
yeah, what you got?
Look,
Please.
I keep my pens in this one. This is wrestling. I keep my hard drives in this one. This is wrestling.
It's all over.
Back here. We all wrestling over here.
Oh, for real, for real.
He trying to get little Jacks into it. I don't know. Mama might not be going for it.
I'm trying to. His mama's giving some pushback to it, but I'm trying to.
I think it's so funny because it's like it's like a big kid when you see he's like, oh yeah, wrestling is coming, it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The whole team knows, pretty much the whole organization knows, so it's no secret anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I actually went, a buddy of mine took me on, I think it was like maybe my 30th birthday around that time, took me to a wrestling match, and man, it was out of pocket. These people were losing their mind. And I was like, prior to that, the last one I'd been to, the Von Erichs were like the thing. So you know how wrestling has changed since the Von Erichs to what I was watching, Triple H. And I mean, it was crazy, but it's such an exciting atmosphere to be in. So I can understand how you're a junkie. It's all that. And when especially when you're there. Yeah, man, definitely. And you got to go.
It's a reminder that, like, no matter how big of a fan that I am, there's millions of people that blow me out the water in terms of their fandom. And so it was fun. I took when I told the staff that I went to WrestleMania last month or earlier this month, and
no, wasn't this month? We in May.
It was April,
May 1st.
So beginning of April. So last month, beginning of April. And so when I told the staff I was going, and our social media guy Chris Lamaga, he was like, "Bro, you got to take the belt with you. Like, you have to take, because WWE sent the Aces a championship belt." And so
that's right.
But I don't want to walk around with it. I was like, forget it, I'll take it. So I had to take it. Had to take a few pictures with it, with the Aces jacket and the Aces belt. So it was
I saw you profiling.
That's pretty.
I tried to.
I saw you profiling. Yep. So we were teasing you a little bit before we came on. Last year we saw you in the stands. I don't know if you had a belt with you in the stands, but you were at the Super Bowl. You had that big old chain around your neck, that 49ers chain.
Tyler. I'm just gonna say, you know, this was before, folks. So I hadn't already got him, but I'm about to get him. You know what I mean? I told him. I said,
we can cut this interview short. We can cut this interview short.
Right? I think hung out with his aunt, and you're still going against him.
Man,
I said, "Come on, man! If I'm just hanging out with me, should have been all you needed to know that it was gonna work out bad for him, man. I don't care what it looks like on paper. Come on, now you got to perform when the lights come on.
That's true, but you gotta understand, this is 36 years of fandom. And I got to see, this is only a second time. This is the fourth time I've seen them in person.
Oh wow, okay.
And then
all right, that's different. Yeah.
At the Super Bowl, like it was like it's a bucket list. It was a dream come true, and then it just.
And it was a surprise also, right? So
and a surprise, yeah. Right. So Alicia Clark and Chelsea Gray, through their contacts, was able to hook me up with a couple of tickets there. So I was able to bring my wife, and she don't really know anything about football, but she was just glad. She for me it was a Super Bowl. For her it was an Usher concert. So we both
right. Usher had everybody happy.
Definitely.
At least in our age category. I thought he had turned it out.
Right.
So let's look forward a little bit. We may not look too far, right? The season. Sure. I think it's gonna be a great season. Now we got some new players that we're gonna be watching. All that. Y'all got like 4, 5, 6, 7 bullseyes on your back.
Yeah, I mean, man,
Aces against everybody.
A bunch of teams are loaded and are built to win championships, built to compete for championships. Obviously, New York is still at the top of the food chain, and Seattle with Aden Skyler and Aden Neka right there. Phoenix with Aden Kalia Copper and Natasha Cloud, and got a healthy Brittany Griner back and a healthy Taurasi. Like, they're going to be formidable as well. Atlanta added Jordan Canada to their team, so they got a vet point guard to lead an already really good offensive team in Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray and Cheyenne Parker. And so, man, the team is loaded. You can't forget about Connecticut, who always is a tough time.
Always there. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
With
You
Liz
tell 'em.
Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, and they have Brianna Jones coming back. And so, man, top to bottom, it's going to be a dogfight every night. And so I'm excited for the season. We're excited for a challenge. And I think, one of the things about our team that makes us so special to me is that we're not afraid of the work. Like, we knew coming into last year, and there was going to be a target on our back from being champions in 2022. And I think that we made a commitment to start from ground zero going into last season, and not carrying what we did the previous season into that season, but understanding what it took to get to that point. And so we know that, as the season goes on, we're going to have to face some type of adversity. We've already seen such in the last few days with Candace's retirement. And so, it's something else that kind of puts us together, brings us together, brings us closer. And, hopefully we can carry that into this year moving forward, and see what this year brings.
Yeah.
Coach Oh man, Coach Marsh, that reminds me of another team.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs. Them targets on their back. No, I'm just teasing. You know I'm gonna get you. But that spirit, you know what I mean? It's just in there, the spirit. No.
You're right.
It could work two ways, and I think that's where the coaching comes in, where it grounds you, or you don't walk around like, oh, we done did it twice, we can do it again. No, you know how much work, so you got to do that much more work to get
that was
the three-peat. Yeah,
sure. That was kind of the message in our first training camp meeting with the team and the staff this past week, is that we finished the regular season as a number one defensive team, number one offensive team, but within that we also saw some areas and room for improvement. And so that was our message. As well as we did certain things last year, there's still another level for us to get to, and another level for us to go, and another level that's going to be important for us to get to compete for a third championship, because everybody got better in this offseason. And so the road's going to look different, night to night's going to look different, but hopefully that means that we're taking steps to improve as well.
You know what? I have a question. I'm gonna go a little bit off here. I really want and I'm not throwing. I mean, you say what you want to say here. I'm not asking for you, but with the whole Caitlin Clark, with all the fans, the new fans that's going to be watching the WNBA, that is undeniable to me, that I think that the WNBA is about to be under a different type of spotlight. It's already deserved it. We already know that the players have already been there. We already know that we've already had the talent. But I think it's gonna, with the amount of jersey sales that's happened here and everything, the excitement going into this season, I don't think I've seen it like that in a long time. And I mean, we got a lot of young talent, and I think this year is going to be, in my personal opinion, a year that's really going to catapult the WNBA, just because all eyes are going to be on you guys. Because let's face it, the March Madness happened. Nobody could tell you anything about the men's tournament.
Sure.
All they could tell you about was the women's tournament.
No doubt.
And how great is that? When it's finally, when you got you got NBA players saying, I don't even know who in the tournament for the men. It's all about the women's this year. I mean, isn't that an exciting feeling? And how long it's taking you guys to get there? Am I the only one that's super excited about this season just because it's finally getting the spotlight that it deserves? Or you know what I mean?
No,
I don't know. Personally,
I don't think you're alone on that. No, I think that's it. I think it's very exciting. I think it's exciting to looking forward to the season and seeing how many teams have already sold out their season tickets, and the different types of audiences that's tuning in. And you're always going to have your diehard women's basketball fans and WNBA fans, and being able to bring even more eyes, because if you're just a basketball fan, you should enjoy watching the WNBA product.
Absolutely.
We have some great teams, some great coaches, some great individual players, and we play a style of basketball that's engaging and fun to watch. And so I think the more eyes that's on, the more superstars that it builds. You just hope that some of that attention is is spread amongst the league, because we have a plethora of players in this league that deserve that spotlight as well. And so,
Absolutely.
you know, the more that they can shine, I think is better for the growth of the league as a whole.
Yeah, and I think they'll
Absolutely.
get it because I think
Yeah, the
even with the
Asians.
NCAA tournament, you had, you had your folks that they were looking at, but then other people were like, "Oh, she can play too. She can play
Yeah.
too." Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's not one person holding up any league.
Yep.
You may have that star of the league, but it's just like NBA. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, if you start watching, yeah, that person, I never heard of them,
Mhm.
or whatever. But us being diehard, you know, WNBA fans, I love the W. So it's the talent out there that you see, and there's some players that have been injured or whatever that are coming back that haven't played, like we saw do very well in college 2-3 years
Yeah.
ago, that are
Yep.
going to come back. You mentioned Brianna Jones. I mean, I
Yep.
remember her as a kid playing. I coached against her here in Maryland,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
see her, that beautiful smile in that game,
No
and
doubt.
how her game has evolved.
Yep.
So they're getting what they deserve.
Yes.
Coach, you being a little
Some of,
humble, right?
I would say some of what they deserve. They deserve a lot more, and like we'll get the equity with pay and things like that are going to come along in time. But the thing I respect about, I respect the game, but they play the game, and it ain't about the money. It ain't
No.
about that. It's
Oh
about the
Lord,
game,
no, it's about the
and
Yes.
game.
that's I love that.
I
Yes.
tell people all the time, you want to see how basketball is supposed to be played. Look how the women block out when the shot goes. Look at the technique. Look at the form. That's how you play basketball. I mean,
That's true.
I don't, whether it's because they're not living above the rim or not. That's how you learn. That's they're perfecting the game the way the
Mhm.
game is supposed to be done.
The
And if you want
fundamentals.
exactly, I
It's
don't
the
know why I
fundamentals.
keep
Learn how to
couldn't get
shoot a
the
foul
fundamentals
shot.
out.
Right.
Exactly.
If
That
Josh
is
Hart
what
knew how to hit a foul shot, we'd be moving on to the next round.
true
I haven't
story.
gotten over that. So you know what I'm talking about. He
Yeah.
True
did it. He
story.
did it the night before. I said I have to turn TV off because I said I know he's gonna miss
It's
this. So,
heartbreaking. It's
yeah,
heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah.
but
No, I agree. I agree. I think it's it's an extremely fun product that we put out, and I think it's only getting better as it goes. And that's not just for the W, but women's college basketball as well. And so,
Yeah. The
I
young
think
group is
yep,
coming up.
definitely,
Ooh,
definitely.
those
That's why,
Zams and all those. Ooh, Lord, this basketball is gonna be great for years to come.
for
Women's
sure.
basketball. They got some young women right now that's getting ready to enter the college arena that are their game is fabulous to watch.
Yes,
Exciting, to watch. So yeah, we're
definitely.
we're
So that's
good for a while.
yeah. So that's why I hope that hope that roster expansion and can can improve moving forward, because you would hate for so much talent to have to go overseas when we can
right
keep
here.
them
Right
right
here.
here.
Yeah,
Yep.
So yeah. So I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, we wishing you a great season, and this year we getting to Vegas.
Yes,
Please
we
do.
are.
We getting
We are.
we getting to Vegas this year.
Please do. And then
Definitely
next
things. Yeah.
And then next April, I think there's talks for WrestleMania coming to Vegas, so y'all can come back for WrestleMania
Okay.
too. And I'll show y'all a good
Hey, come
time.
back and
No
hang out with
problem.
you.
No
Okay, we
problem.
can definitely.
Only if you let me have the belt like I played, just for a little bit.
I
I'm
got
not
you.
gonna let you down. I'm not
I
gonna let
got
you
you.
down. I'm gonna wear it proudly.
I
I'm
got
Yeah.
telling
you.
you.
For sure.
We
I'm living true.
appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming back.
Thank you. Always
We'll
fun.
be calling on you again. Like I said, wish you the best.
Thank
Coaches
you so
make a
much.
difference. And you make a big
Absolutely.
difference on that team, and it's definitely evident. So,
I really
like I
appreciate
said,
that.
we wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you very much. I
take care of
appreciate
yourself and the family and that little man.
it. Will do.
Absolutely.
All
Will
right.
do.
All
All right.
right.
Sounds
And
good.
teach your wife a little bit teach your wife a little something. So next time when she watch football, she's not just watching Usher. Teach her a little something.
I got you.
All right, then you
All right.
guys have a good one. Have a
All
good
right.
one, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Always great with him, man.
Always
Oh,
fun, and that
love him.
smile too.
What?
So let's close it out. Let's close it out.
Okay, my closing thought is, like I said earlier, I am so excited about this season. I done went up there and I done spent a ton of money buying jerseys. I got over. Did I call you the other night and tell you I was out of pocket?
Mm-hmm.
I done got I'm trying to get everything Candace ever had on. I don't know when I'm gonna see her, but if I ever do, she gonna be like, please get this crazy person away from me, because I'm gonna be like, sign everything. I went and bought it all. I mean, I'm so excited about this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited about what the future holds for women's basketball. I'm excited about what we currently are about to see for the first time. And like I said, you a diehard fan. I am not as diehard as you when it comes to
But you
the
will be.
WNBA.
You will be.
But I believe that this might be my turning point where I'm out there like a crackhead waiting on my next hit for the game. I'm telling you, because the talent is out there, and I love to see hard workers, and I'm just excited about this.
If you enjoyed the
season.
NCAA tournament, then you can enjoy the W because it's a great game, and that talent is coming from there. That's the talent pool, and it's a great game, and the talent has been there for years. We've had people playing, but it's growing. It's growing every year, and we just want to keep growing. So this is great. And again, we thank the coach for coming on. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I just want to say, thank you to Candace for everything you gave to the game. I mean, you have left your mark. There is, unfortunately, like I said, everybody wants to go out, but you believe me, there is nothing that you left no stones
you don't owe the W
unturned.
nothing.
You don't. I mean, you did it all. You did it your way. You did it. I can't say enough of what you done for basketball. If you ever wonder what Candace done, hit your quick little wiki and Wikipedia and just look at the accolades. It's sickening. Yep. I mean, oh my goodness, it'll make you happy inside.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't.
Another legend is finally bowing out of the game. You know what I mean? And give her flowers, people. She deserves them.
Yeah. All right, folks. As we always say, until next time, please be kind, be blessed. It's free. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.